Okay, let's see here. ACT Mitaka versus GW. For Mitaka here, a new hunter from ACT, but we're going to go up against a mercenary, antiquarian, puppeteer, and acrobat for week 4, day 1, match 2, game 1, first half between ACT versus GW. It will be Ivy here with instant attention alongside with Blink. Okay, let's see here. Ever Sleeping 10 for Mitaka as Ivy. It's a bit, for me, Big Master Ivy really isn't worth it, especially with how spread apart the Cypher Machine can be. But for now, it seems like we are trying to look for whoever's in 2 story here. Don't really see the outline of the survivors just yet. It seems like they're actually at the 1 pallet 1 window. Changing targets here once again to these. Anti-current first chase wouldn't be bad. The only issue is the spinning. If it wasn't for spinning from anti-current side, I feel like it'd definitely be a full counter here for Ivy to counter anti-current. But because of spinning, it's a whole different scenario. As we do see as well, Acrobat, we're looking up and back. That's going to be the revelation number 1 as we're teleporting over here. 54 stacks here on towards our Acro. But even with 54, we're going to change targets here one more time for anti-current. She does have 58 stacks to be fair. But even with these 58 stacks, the biggest issue comes with you really do need to get a 60 stack before you get the revelation on her, because if you get 98, she will disarm you immediately just so she can force off dash 100 fear stack. Now then, we're going to be able to get dash blink in, and with the blink, I guess you could say we can leech on here. No, that's going to be a brilliant revelation just when we drop down a pallet as well. And there goes down Anti. Feels like we wanted to actually get past the pallet. But even so, 2 Cypher Machines isn't the best here, especially against Ivy. Lion Cypher Machine will be locked as it is at 50%. But it seems like for me, like I hear, we're a bit more concerned about chairing than we are about anything else. There's also another reason. It could be because we want Mercenary, we want to leech on towards Mercenary when he comes in for a double down. But I feel like in a scenario like this, probably would be better for you just to force Merc off the Cypher Machine and then immediately de-leech off. So then you can maybe leech onto Anti-Current instead. It's not a bad plan too. As Merc was looking behind, that's going to be our leech. And we're just going to see how we can get the revelation on. Okay, that's a 52 stack. Merc, we're playing around here, and that's going to be a brilliant Terror Shock hit. And all what it takes right now is for 1 revelation from Mitaka. We're not doing it. I feel like revelation from Mitaka would be a better idea, because for DC here you can't do much against a max presence Ivy. We're going to be able to get a revelation, and the flywheel did pull us a little bit further out, but Ivy didn't really use that revelation with Phantom Body, so yeah, I just remembered that Merc actually got Terror Shocked, and it wasn't a half health tip, so there was only to go after Merc Lamal. Oh well. But Mitaka's doing really well though, especially with the fact that this is like his 2nd time. His 1st time was against GG, in which yeah, we don't need to talk about it. But 2nd time, this time, we would be able to see 100, not 100 stack, just that's around a 90, but we still managed to get the rescue there anyways. But even so, there goes down Dragon. We can actually just chair Acrobat here and then go after Anti. You can chair Acrobat here and then go after Anti. That would be the best case scenario here, especially with the fact that you don't... you should chair Acrobat first. I feel like for a character like Acrobat, chairing him first will not be a bad idea. That's 99 stack on Anti-Current. Drop the pallet down and then look at Anti. I feel like for Anti, drop the pallet down and then look at Ivy will be the best case scenario here instead of pulling distance. Pulling distance is not my go-to play. But if it works for Anti, then I guess it does. But like from that stab, it does seem like you can't disarm the hunter just about on time before you get that 100 stack, because it was 99 to 100, right? So for Anti-Currents, you now at least know if the hunter makes the mistakes of giving you 98 stacks, you're absolutely cooked. And right now, as we're trying to find Mercenary who's already on the other side of the map, we're missing 1.5 ciphers to be fair. To be fair, with your 1.5 cipher machine isn't little. That's a leech, that's a teleport, and that is Acrobat still within range. Still within range, which is a tiny bit annoying. We did step on the fireball though. For Acrobat, it's for Acrobat. Two things, right? He should have 100% just looked back at Ivy, but for now it seems like he's fine. But the blink will be forced out. Like, just back to what I was reiterating, Acrobat should have looked back at Ivy, unless, I guess he probably doesn't know, because you can't look back when you're 99 stack. But the moment you step on that fireball, looking back would be the best case scenario. I'm quite sure the survivors do get, no they don't, never mind. It's only anti-current that gets the notification of how long this arm is. I don't think Acrobat gets the small pin of how long the hunter is slow interacted, or anything else. But that's going to be Mercenary 99 stacks once again. We do have L-pads here though, so that's not much to actually worry about. We can teleport back here immediately, but Medicap, this 4-man elimination would be hard, as the last life machine is already at 99%, but at least this was a bit of a better performance compared to when we went up against GG. So there is some improvements here as we try to get a revelation down, but it doesn't seem like it's needed there anymore. And wait, hold on a second, I just want to double check something. Oh, Merc was chip damaged. Okay, I was like, Merc should have gotten his mini Tightoner, but he didn't. I just realized Merc had 1 chip damage down because we were healed by Puppeteer. But even so, if we can find Acrobat right now, it'll be brilliant. Especially with the fact that Acrobat's going to be immediately eliminated, actually. So right now, Acro, we do see the footprints here. Acro running straight towards the other side. Preferably speaking, what we would want to do is to teleport to Acro. So we leech teleport and the revelation immediately, by the way. We didn't do it immediately. We should have done it immediately so that he can't jump. You need to do it immediately so you can't jump. So for now, we're around 55 stats. We've got the revelation through, and that's going to be immediately hit down. Very nicely done here by Medicap. So 3-man elimination will definitely be guaranteed. But for GW, at least you get to see a 2-man endgame for a 1-man escape. 166. Why did we pop like that? The GW? We won't be able to stop. Unfortunate thing is we won't be able to stop Puppeteer. We really won't be able to stop Puppeteer, nor will we be able to stop the Mercenary right now. Puppeteer at Dungeon, that's a tie game. Oh my lord. Okay, Debo will come out here for GW. We're going to be able to see Senko, Gosai, and 11 here from ACT. It will be Puppeteer, Barmaid, Antiquarian, and Mercenary. Seems like we're actually using Antiquarian more now to counter the Ivy, which, thank God, it's about time. Debo, we spawn at double 11 here looking for Sen at Graveyard. For our Puppeteer right now, Puppeteer is a really good counter, especially when it comes to going up against Ivy, especially with the fact that if you get 99 stacks or 98 stacks, it's pretty, and I will say this right, it is pretty easy for you to dodge quite a lot. So that's going to be 59 stacks, and when we get a revelation on, we can just immediately drop down the pallet and then force a hit. That's most likely what we want to happen here. But we might have looked back there a little bit too prematurely, because now all it takes is, I think we need to use Little Orphe here. We didn't use Little Orphe because it should be Little Lewis. But that's a half health hit as Puppeteer rushes straight out with that window. There is a tram nearby, so with this tram we're going to be able to pull quite a lot of distance. Yeeting using her main body here, trying to map control a little bit, but if you really do decide to map control, I guess it just allows you to catch up towards the survivors a little bit faster. But even so, Puppeteer can kind of double back himself as Mercenary here, going straight into Ostracon range just to decode. It's going to be one brilliant revelation. We didn't force him off the coaster, but it seems like he did what he was looking in front. But with our Puppeteer, I feel like for Puppeteer, Lil Lewis will not be consumed here just yet. We definitely will leech on towards the Puppeteer right now. And the moment we leech on towards Puppeteer, we should stay inside their zone. Yeah, it's better to stay inside the zone here. Just to force to 8 seconds, that's going to be around 55 stacks. That's okay. We should have enough time here to actually make it towards the pallet. Do have a little bit of a flywheel there for ourselves to use, and that's going to be the blink forced out. But you know what? Overall, the containment, honestly speaking, isn't bad from Sen. Yes, we did make a small mistake early game, especially when it comes to trying to force out that 100 stack in which we didn't even get little Lewis out, but at least it's 10 seconds slower than how Mitaka got the down. Right, got the down, right? So like for ACT survivors right now, they are doing well. They are definitely doing well. 11 on the other hand here, we're trying to see where Mercenary is looking. That's 39 stacks, 46 stacks on the Mercenary, but we can't leech on towards anyone just yet. That's gonna be Tide Turner as we do manage to register our basic hit on Merc. But even for Merc here, the only thing is, I feel like it's a little bit harder here to play around, especially against a Puppeteer if there's an anti-courier nearby. But we did get a 44 stacks here, thankfully, as a D-Bottle here trying to maintain as much stacks as possible right before we actually teleport over. That's going to be teleport number 1 as Puppeteer. Lewis did not come out, but we did manage to get a hit straight on towards this puppet. It just feels a little bit... Because, like, if you do basic, like, this is genuinely speaking basic math. It's 1 plus 1. Because, like, if you have 44 stacks and Ivy leeches on towards you and then you vault over a window and Ivy is at max presence, when Ivy is max presence, she teleports over towards you, you gain 40 stacks immediately. So, like, by the time you even reach towards that window, you're gonna, like, the moment you get leech on, it's the moment you actually use your little Lewis. But for Sen here, it just kind of seems weird to me as we do come in. Okay, Mercenary 60-70 stacks. We're trying to get a little bit of double down here, but a little bit harder to play as that is going to be a brilliant little Lewis used, thankfully by 11. But this time, even for Puppeteer, he's going to have nowhere else to go. That's going to be 90 stacks there as we do get 100. Trying to body block here. Hey, wow. Okay, fair enough. I was about to say maybe we could have got an 3-man endgame, but for now it should be a tie. From what we're seeing, for now it should be a tie. We did stop Merc from vaulting over, but even so, Anti-Current is not nearby, or even she isn't decoding that last cipher just yet. We just started decoding middle, and that should be a 3-man endgame for the survivors here as well. We just have to be a little bit more careful here. You can't really chase after any one endgame, especially when teleport is not ready just yet. Goes on the other side of the map right now, but even so, all what it takes is for one doubling speed boost for us to just get away from the area. As of now, what we could say is Merc being forced out isn't a bad plan. We're going to teleport straight towards the barmaid right here. It's only 99 stacks and we didn't even use doubling speed boost just yet. And this simply just means that we might be able to see a 3-man escape here from the survivor side. Ivy trying to utilize her main body here just to get towards the other side. But barmaid forced herself down. Barmaid forced herself down. Barmaid is going to be able to get dungeon. Hold on. No way is that possible. Okay, there's barmaid. There's barmaid. There's barmaid. Barmaid. There's blink though. The only issue is that there is blink. That's gonna be speed doubling used, but blink. We tried, but that is such a great tactic to use. But let's move on.